Hello, welcome to this week's episode of the Old Pods podcast. I'm Alan, this is Paul, and we're also joined tonight by Andrew. You'll probably hear us affectionately call him Turner throughout. I say affectionately when we're not shouting at each other.
Hello.
Say hello.
Just did.
Good start.
Okay, so we'll do a bit of news first, and then we'll go into the usual bits and bobs that we cover. Just before we go into the news, obviously it's been a couple of weeks now since we've recorded. In that time, there's been a couple of passings in the pop culture world. Charles Trachtenberg passed away at quite a young age, 39, and as well as Gene Hackman and his wife Betty, who passed away at home. So our condolences go out to the family and the friends and the loved ones and the people who knew them and had the good fortune to spend time with them. Obviously, I think we know, or certainly I know, Michelle Trachtenberg best from her time in Buffy, and Gene Hackman for the years and years in the movies that he's put out there. Closest and nearest to my heart is the time that he spent as Lex Luthor. It was the first Lex that I knew on the big screen, so that's always how I'll remember him. Yeah, it's just tragic. You can never plan and you can never anticipate these things, but when it comes out of the blue like that, it's never good.
I think it's both of them are both ends of the spectrum as well. And
Yeah.
when you see Gene Hackman's passed away, at the age of what, 97?
Yeah, 90 something like that.
97,
95, I think. 95.
Something like that. Yeah. When you read the article, that's the last thing you would expect to hear about is the circumstances around it being like that.
Yeah, exactly.
And again with Michelle.
Yeah, what happened to her? Because I saw that she died, but I've not read anything into it.
Was it complications from a liver transplant?
Oh, right. Oh,
Yeah,
no, liver transplant, Jesus.
I'm not 100% sure on that, but I'm sure that's one of the things
Oh,
that I'd seen.
that's serious business, like.
Yeah, I mean
Right.
it's not good. It's not nice. But obviously they'll be remembered and revered, and I'm sure the loved ones will take the time and grieve in their own way. And it's just our little way. I mean we've only got a small following, but just our little way to just pass on our condolences to the family, friends, and loved ones. Okay, but on to a lighter note. Try to bring everybody up a little bit. Big bit of news is tomorrow. Well, tomorrow from the time we're recording, obviously it'll be past then by the time this is out. Daredevil Born Again starts on Disney Plus. I think everybody's ready for it. I'm certainly ready for it.
Didn't think it was that soon.
Yeah, tomorrow.
Yeah, seen it doing the rounds on the socials. Didn't realize it was quite as soon as it is. Still not sold on Disney having the rights to Daredevil and
Not
filming with
fucking
it
it
now.
up.
So yeah, I just think the Netflix Daredevil combo was a fantastic partnership, and I have a little bit of trepidation around it all.
Yeah, I mean I do as well. I've been trying to avoid trailers, but it's unavoidable when if you're on Instagram or TikTok or any of the fucking socials. Shit. Remember to like and follow people as well.
You left the oven on or something? Jesus Christ.
Every time I forget. Every time.
Jingle?
I don't have a jingle yet. My
Do
jingle is.
I'm not saying use the jingle. I'm saying do one.
Anyway, but the bits that I have seen, the trailers that I have seen, or the little snippets that I have seen, it looks good. It looks the same as the Netflix, the same kind of tone and atmosphere around everything.
Yeah,
so it'll be interesting. I'm excited to watch it.
Yeah, it's what do they want you to see to get you hooked in, to get you into it. It's how far Disney will allow themselves to go with it before it diverges too much away from what they're trying to bring them into the whole world and everything.
Yeah.
What you're going to sacrifice to make them to make it all Disney-fied, because it's not a Disney show. It's very violent.
Yeah, it's a shame.
And like dirty.
Yeah,
so it's what they're going to take away. I never watched She-Hulk, but I saw that clip of Daredevil in She-Hulk, and you could see Disney's bullshit creeping in. The sort of smart ass, like quippy kind of bullshit.
Yeah.
Like Daredevil wasn't like that. He was never cool in the show. Like in that Daredevil Netflix show, he didn't have that like back and forthy banter. He was just like a bit of a thug. He was just on the good side. Thing.
Yeah, it was very, very, very clean. The scenes with
it was a bit too. It was all very like premeditated. They spoke in the way that writers write things. It wasn't natural. It was sort of too clean and too smooth. And I thought, oh Jesus, it's a sign of what's to come. But then She-Hulk was just a disaster all over, I think.
Have they brought them all back? Are they all back in?
No, but there has been talk about it. There's been like the rumor mill's been going around that the rest of them are going to come back. But at the moment, there's nothing defined, nothing definite.
So it's Foggy.
What do you mean the rest of them? Like the other cast, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, like Luke Cage and Jessica Jones and Iron Fist.
I hope they bring Iron Fist back.
Nobody hopes to fetch Iron Fist back.
Iron Fist was mint.
I was thinking more about is it Foggy and
Foggy Iron Man?
Oh yeah, they're all back. Yeah, they're all back.
Like the
I
support.
think he's in
Full
it.
ensemble.
Punisher, he's in the trailer.
Yeah, Punisher's in it.
That's kind of one of the reasons why I've literally avoided everything possible about it. I think partially I'll risk of ruining what I already know.
Yeah, too many spoilers.
Yeah, I don't want to taint, what was almost a perfect show with what might. So I'll wait until I see what.
So first 2 episodes tomorrow. So I think you'll get a decent indication of how it's going to go from there.
Have you said if there's a villain? I mean, there's obviously a villain, but I've said I know the Kingpin's in the trailer. Is Bullseye coming back?
Bullseye's back. I think Bullseye, because Bullseye's been in a couple of action clips of stuff, and you can see there's quite a long fight sequence you see in a little clip.
Good, because for me, he just hit his stride right as the series ended.
Yeah, I'm thinking the way
pushed much
from what they've shown, I think they're going to do him as kind of an introductory, and I think he's going to be taken out in the first episode or so. That's my kind of theory.
I like Bullseye, didn't you?
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, he's interesting. They can do a lot with him. They can do a lot with Bullseye, like in his moveset.
Yeah, that's it. I wonder whether further down the line you'll see when you already saw Daredevil obviously creep into Matt Murdock creep into the Spider-Man film.
They're all going to get shipped over onto Thunderbolts, aren't they?
Yeah. Because isn't there a comic run of Deadpool, Spider-Man, and Daredevil? 3 of them.
Probably, because
I think there's a run from what I recall with the 3 of them.
Yeah, so big villains that's touted for it is Fisk and Muse, the serial killer, which isn't a massively well-known character.
I've never had a Muse I've never clued it was you guy.
He's got a bit of a kind of like a Rorschach-y kind of mask.
I mean, Fisk, you're always going to get Fisk on you. I mean, he's your Joker, he's your Lex Luthor.
Yeah, he's the big bad.
Yeah, he's going to be a constant.
He's amazing as well.
Be interesting to see. I wouldn't mind him rocking up in the new Spider-Man movie that starts filming this year. And it'd be good to see him in there because D'Onofrio plays him fantastically.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I mean, yeah, he's great as the. I don't know how he would go. I don't know how he would match the Spider-Man film. I think they're a bit too bright and colourful and sort of.
What's that? The new Spider-Mans.
Yeah. I think it'd be a hard sell to have because he's good against someone like Daredevil who just punches people. But Spider-Man could just they'd have to alter him otherwise because Fisk as he is in the Daredevil show, Spider-Man would pull his arms off.
Yeah, this is true.
They haven't pushed that. They haven't pushed the fact that he's sort of solid muscle.
That's where that disconnect between what Netflix were doing and what Disney's doing is. It's 2 different worlds, 2 completely different
stuff. Yeah.
I almost see the Daredevil, Matt Murdock character in a Disney world as being redundant.
You'd have to juice him up really loads.
How do you make him relevant to or comparable to a Spider-Man, a Thor, an Iron Man, a Cap? You just get bad. You would get slapped all over.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. Scarlet, not Scarlet, the other one, Johansson. She did alright in the Avengers.
Yeah, Black Widow.
Similar power set, no powers really, just guns and stuff. So pick the fight, I suppose, but they would have to juice him up a bit because he doesn't even do it's not like the Ben Affleck movie where he was doing all the acrobatic shit in the Netflix one. He just beats people up. He's just a hard case,
Yeah, that's what I mean.
So they would have to juice him up a bit to friendly neighborhood Daredevil.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah, they'd have to jack them up a bit.
it's kind of weird. It's like that's almost the role which Spider-Man should have had. It's down street level, down at the docks, 2 in the morning.
Yeah, yeah.
Like, there's a gun drop and stuff like that. That's almost the level. That's where personally I would have preferred to see Spider-Man. But instead he's off on spaceships and
He's in space.
Yeah.
zipping about with
Like
the
Thanos.
Avengers, and that's where I think my issue with the Spider-Man films has come in. But I guess there's still that neighborhood gap to fill, and that's where they'll drop Daredevil in and see how we'll see how it pans out.
Yeah, we'll find out tomorrow. Speaking about it in next week's episode, do a review of the first couple. Staying with Marvel before we move on to some other bits and bobs. I won't show them in case we get fucking cancelled. But there's been leaked concept art from the new Avengers movies, or
All
from
right.
Doomsday in particular. It's just a couple shots of Doomsday looking broody. He's in some good attire. There's one that's caught people's eye where he's in like a throne room, and he's got somebody knelt down before him, and it looks like he's Enforcer from his world is Yelena, the other Black Widow, or the new Black Widow
Oh,
from
what's her name?
Thunderbolts. Yeah, I
Lawrence.
can't.
Lawrence Pugh.
Yes, yeah. Also standing beside him is a variant of Doctor Strange, and at the other side of him is what people are speculating is Sue Richards and their son Franklin Richards. The other ones are quite predictable. The other concept art is there's a table as people are gathered round, and Star Lord's there, Wong's there, and then a selection of the young Avengers, the Hawkeye, the new Hawkeye, the Cassie Lang, Wiccan and Speed, Miss Marvel, they're all there. Then there's another Chris Pratt Star Lord concept art of him sat on the couch chilling with Vision, but Vision's the white Vision from WandaVision.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. One of the more interesting ones for me is there's an image of Hulk and She-Hulk and their son Scar, and they look like they're on a Hulk planet, almost medieval kind of shot, which everybody is saying is or looking like it's going to be Planet Hulk or what will be World War Hulk. Which will be quite good. And then there's another variant of Black Panther in there also, with a cool looking costume standing in front of what looks like the Thundercats there. To be honest, it doesn't look like a panther.
Does
It
yeah.
Who's this then?
Yeah,
Yes.
it looks like Thundercats there. Yeah, give it. I mean, it's everywhere. There's been a few takedowns of it, but it's everywhere. You can see it if you give it a Google.
I don't see the stuff with like say like the Planet Hulk being it's not the character
No, certainly
of
not
the
for
Hulk
Hulk.
in it's gonna be a enough little drop in via a multiverse thing. They'll pop in and like, oh, all of a sudden we're on a planet of pure Hulk,
Yeah.
and it's it's not gonna be set up, it's not gonna be built up.
Well, this leads me to believe the same thing that I've heard a couple of people say, or I've read a couple of people say that they think that they had maybe a deliberate leak to test the waters. So
Yeah, they
then,
do that. They do that now.
yeah, so they've got full
Studios.
control. Like obviously, if it goes down well, they'll go, oh well, it shouldn't have been out there, and great. If it gets a bad reception and everybody goes, what the fuck are these? Then they know, oh no, it's just it was very early stages concept art to this. There's nothing official there, and then they go back to the drawing board. There's enough time in it before they start filming anything to make them changes.
I don't think they know where they're going. I mean, let's see. I mean, we're now on to the B list, C list,
Oh, yeah.
aren't we? Do you know what I mean? We're
Aren't
Yeah,
we?
definitely.
we're getting to the point where you can start having the audience, the the general audience who were pulled in, back in the early days, the Iron Man and Caps and the Hulks and stuff. The non comic book, but movie goer are going to be like, who the fuck's this? Stuff like the Thunderbolts. I personally didn't have a clue, not a clue.
Yeah, yeah. Well, it's the same
Um,
thing. Like
you
I
know,
know who the Thunderbolts are, but when I try to engage with people in my day job and speak about Thunderbolts, like they go, "Well, who the fuck are these? Who are these guys?"
yeah. you take out the big boys, and then let's say we're working our way down that list now, and they're dragging it. I mean, to the point where Falcon's taking over is the new Cap. I don't think that film went. I haven't seen it. I don't think it's gone down again.
No, it's not been well received.
I don't think it's been well received.
Well, I'm saying it's not been well received. It's been a bit mid.
It's just.
Do you know what I mean? Yeah. It's just...
I mean, you'll start to see the takings on these things. Start to decline. Don't know. I'd say maybe with Fantastic Four is maybe the start of something new again, or is it a last roll of the dice?
Yeah, well, that's the big one for me this year. If I really want to see a good Fantastic Four movie, we've chatted about it a couple of times. Like, I want to see a good, solid Fantastic Four movie.
I like the trailer, so I like the setting of it. Again, it had that 60s kind of vibe to it, I guess.
Like space race kind of.
Yeah.
Like a world of tomorrow kind of
world
thing.
Of tomorrow,
that's it. Like a 1950s world of tomorrow. I like that. I like that kind of look about it.
I did.
Flying cars and that.
Yeah, I did. I was impressed by the trailer. I was like, oh, okay. But even the design work and the graphic work around it all looked, the color palettes and all that was used on it. I did really enjoy looking at the promo stuff for it. But again, it's gonna be a time jump, a time bridge, a space bridge or something that's gonna whip them into the
multiverse and it's all.
Well, this is what I said, and I'll see it again until it comes out, and then I'm proved wrong inevitably. But I still think that Galactus will destroy their planet. It will eat their world. He will win, and then they'll save themselves by jumping into our world, and that'll be the tie-in for it. They get it all together, and I'll fucking preach that until it comes out, and it either happens or it doesn't. Okay, but moving away from Marvel, another bit of news that caught my eye this week was Dave Bautista. Dave Bautista's getting a lot of love on here. He had a bit of a crack last week as well, or the week before, or whenever it was. In an interview, he's been saying that he would love to play, you'll be able to tell me better than I know, one of the main characters from Gears of War, and he'd love for Netflix to pick it up and make a Gears of War movie.
Yeah.
I've seen him pushing that for a while.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, he said it in an interview now. He said it publicly. He's put it out there. He said, Netflix, come to me. Give me the deal. I'll have the conversations.
Because there's a couple of characters he could play. The thing with Gears, because I played Gears of War, the trilogy anyway, I didn't play much after that. Then there's a couple of characters he could play. There's the main character, Marcus, who's like the player character.
Marcus, I think that's him. I think that's the one.
And then there's his best friend, Dom. So he could play either of them. I think he could play either of them quite well. Yeah, Gears is like Ultraman, like all the men are gigantic. It's like set on a different planet. And I think the gravity makes everybody big, so they're all huge. And he has the look as well. So I think he definitely could play either of them.
Yeah,
Dom's like not the main character, but he's just as big as the main character. Him and Marcus are always together in the games. So
never played the games. I know he's mentioned this for a little while about the Gears. It kind of reminds me of the Henry Cavill. Is it Warhammer?
Yeah.
That he's always kind of been mentioning and hinting at. I think it was Henry Cavill again when they were talking about trying to do a Mass Effect. I
already shopped it around for a while. But
there was a photograph of Henry Cavill or something like that, and in front of him was a blurred script, and someone had tried to run the script through like a filter to try and decipher the wording, and that was a few years ago now. But it kind of reminds me of that again, kind of. But the video game movie adaptation is kind of in full swing now, though, isn't it? They
ran out of comics now. They're going to start with someone else.
Yeah. Showing it's coming back around again.
Give games another try.
It seems to be, for the most part at the moment, they seem to be just about hitting. And Last of Us is obviously going strong. That's due to land next month. This month.
Yeah, I never played the games, but I enjoyed the show. It was alright.
Oh. I loved the show. I thought the show was great, and I've never played the games all the way through. I know what happens as the big kind of twist in the second game, because it's.
Yeah, I've seen all the YouTube shots.
I think they're changing it from. Neil Druckmann, he's obviously on board over from Naughty Dog. going through it, and he's always said he'll adapt it. It can't be a one-for-one adaptation because it's TV. It doesn't run the same way. It doesn't translate the
stories
same.
don't move the same way.
Especially with, I suppose, part 2, the way the game's laid out. I think in the way of transferring that onto TV would be, I can't even imagine the nightmare that they would have with it, including the time jumps, the flashbacks, and so forth. So they will have to change it, whether they put what we'll call the big twist, whether that lands, in the game it lands very early. In the show, they can't they can't drop that at the beginning of the show. They can't. They'll kill the audience straight away. They need they need to drop that somewhere else to get at least another second season, third season, potentially out of it. If they drop that too soon, they've lost the show. So it'll be interesting to see. Neil Druckmann's always said he'll adapt it to fit, and that doesn't mean he's quite happy, I think, to change that timeline and how things occur, and to make sure that it worked for TV.
It's definitely one that's on my radar. I'm looking forward to a lot more of The Last of Us this year.
Yeah, you should play the
I
games.
promise myself that I was going to say, I still promise myself that I'm going to get the time to play the games, but it's just squeezing it in.
Yeah, I mean, let's say I went back and replayed the first game not long ago, the remaster one that came out. And yeah, it's just like, you watch the show, you can do it all again in the game. Yeah. Excuse me. But yeah, it is a very faithful adoption. Very faithful.
Okay. Next bit is, we chatted a couple of weeks ago about some of the set photos that got leaked from He-Man. We've now had an official image teased, which is just a very tight crop of He-Man himself, his bulging biceps and a section of the sword. And I was twisting about the sword last time, saying it looked plastic, it looked shit, which was clearly just an on-set prop, because the sword in the image looks fucking brilliant. So I fully redact my comments about saying the sword will be shit because it looks plastic, because it looks really good.
Yeah, that must be something to swing around so it doesn't do a 3D printed. What does it?
Yeah, it's good. So
I'm still not on board with Jared Leto, because I don't like Jared Leto in anything. I'm not really a fan.
Yeah, Jared Leto, in case you didn't know, Jared Leto is Skeletor.
Is he?
Yeah, he's Skeletor.
Of course he is.
I think he's a cool villain. I don't like Jared Leto, but we'll see.
Yeah, he's one of them, isn't he?
He'll ham it up. I don't know. I think he could do it quite well if he plays it right. I think because Skeletor loves to chomp on himself and chew the fat and eat the scenery and all that kind of shit.
Yeah, he's quite calm.
Yeah. Again, it depends what tone they're going for again.
And the tone's going to be everything in it, really, isn't it?
Yeah. Next one is, there was another tease image of the Green Lantern series dropped. Nothing more than an image of Aaron Pierre and Kyle Chandler walking down the street towards the camera. You see a bit of one of the rings of power, or power rings, or however they describe them in the Green Lantern world. I'm not too savvy with it. Obviously, they're playing Jon Stewart and Hal Jordan, respectively. Nothing much more to see on that, other than it's Green Lantern.
I've never had a lot
to know anything about Green Lantern.
Yeah, I've never had a lot of skin in the game for the Green.
I think Kev's your Lantern boy. He likes Green Lantern stuff.
Yeah,
when we see some more, we'll get Kev on to have a bit of a banter through, because he loves it. He loves Darkest Night and Blackest Night, and
obviously there's the Flash connection, which they always drop the Lanterns into some Flash storylines.
Yeah, Hal and Barry are friends, aren't they?
Yeah. But the standalone, Chris, I remember watching the Ryan Reynolds Lantern film. And
that was beautiful.
That's about all I do remember. I do remember watching it, and that is
painful.
The extent of it. Again, it's another one of them where in comic books, I think it looks great, but when it comes to putting it into a film and putting it on screen, I just think it looks bad. I just don't think the powers translate well to screen.
We'll see. We'll see. We'll get Kevin to come on and give it a. I mean, Kevin will have a much more positive take on it than we will. He'll be a little bit more excited, a little bit more elevated for it. Next bit of news is that Jensen Ackles is on set of The Boys, and he's announced that, or he didn't announce, they did a little tease where he pretended to call them and said, "Look, we need you." And he's got some of the supernatural guys coming over to be in this season of The Boys. So Jared Padalecki and Misha Collins are both going to be in the next season of The Boys.
Oh, really? It's him and Jensen and Jared back on talking terms and everything now, are they?
They look to be, yeah. Like he did like a 4 kind of phone call to him and said, "Look, we need to get back on. I need you over here now." So yeah.
I think
is that the other brother from Supernatural?
Yeah.
I don't know much about the show or the actors.
Yeah. I think that they're both fantastic together, and hopefully it was just more the rumor mill stirring shit up than
that's it.
Well,
that's exactly it, isn't it?
Then actually having
it'll take like,
enough.
And you spend as much time together as those two guys have, like filming for how many is it? Like 15 seasons or something.
I can't remember. I think I'm up to. Well, they kept trying to kill it and they kept bringing it back, and
like fuck me. If I spent 15 years off the bounce with me brothers for fucking 9 months of the year, I'd be ready to fucking kill them as well.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of, it's like, you mentioned Buffy earlier. It's kind of like, I wonder what happens if we just keep going with it and just keep doing it and keep doing it. And that's what happened.
Buffy's coming back.
Yeah. So Michelle,
you know what happens? You get shot like The Walking Dead.
I thought The Walking Dead a good few years ago now.
I think everybody did. I think The Walking Dead tapped out of The Walking Dead a few years ago now. Yeah, hell.
I think what I would say with Supernatural was it never, you go back and you think, God, I remember that first season, 2 seasons, 3 seasons of
I watched the first couple of seasons,
which were just, the prison season, the farm, and and then I think the third one was the town one with the governor and stuff. And you think, like, God, that was peak TV, and then the decline is that sharp. But then you look at Supernatural and you think it was just a very steady layer of, I enjoy, it's just consistent for the most part. It was, it didn't have massive highs, but the lows weren't horrendous. There's certainly some iffy bits, but it didn't. So you didn't have that jarring drop off in quality. It was always still enjoy it, still good, still happy to stick it on a Sunday night in the background or.
It's like one of those filler shows now, though, isn't it? When you need something going in the background, if you're putting it out, if you're doing something, you can just put it on.
No, it's still, like I say, I mean,
it's pretty much me that.
Me and Beth, we went through it. I think we're up to season 10, and then we dropped off for something, and we've never really gotten back to finishing. But it's one of them that they'll never let it. They'll never let it lie. There'll always be a Supernatural
till you're 90.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. So moving on then. Next bit, or last bit of the news, anyway. Before we move on and do something a bit different. This is one for you, Lawson. Are you ready to be happy about this? So, back in Dragon Ball Daima.
Oh man, who cares?
I care.
Who cares?
And apparently a lot of other people care as well. It's just you that doesn't care. You'll be glad to know that they're adults again now.
I didn't know they were kids, but I'm equally fucking thrilled.
What? Yeah, you did know they were kids.
Dragon
I told
Ball
you.
Bullshit, Turner. Yeah, see, there we go. Clearly not just me, is it?
No, I know. I told you, like in this show, they got turned.
So it's dog and turd.
They were turned into kids. Now they've been turned back into adults, and he's transformed as an adult into Super Saiyan 4, which is now canon. And both of you sound absolutely enthralled about that.
I'm thrilled for him then.
Well, I'm happy. I'm sure other people will be happy. Yeah, and I'm going to make all of them tell you on fucking the TikTok that you're both stupid as fuck because you just don't like Dragon Ball.
What the fuck is Dragon Ball?
I mean, I'm stupid as fuck for a variety of reasons, but Dragon Ball isn't one of them.
Yeah, I mean,
Tinker's Fig about Dragon Ball Z or Dragon Ball, whatever the fuck we're on to now. Because they give it all different names, haven't they?
This one's Dimer.
Dimer. Fucking Dragon Ball's fucking Dime Bar. I couldn't give a shit.
Why does it never Dragon Ball Z?
Because it's Z.
Well, but it's not Z.
Because it's Z.
I know, but it's so Dragon Ball Z.
Oh, yeah.
Maybe we should call it that. We'll call it that.
Maybe you can call it that and see how much shit you get for it.
Oh yeah, don't anger the Dragon Ball fans.
Come at me, bro.
They'll come and find you and scream at you for half an hour. They'll stand outside the front of your house and charge up for 3 days. Probably shit themselves while they do it. This is plot progression.
So what you're saying is, fellas, you just don't like Dragon Ball?
I couldn't care less about it.
I've seen it sometimes.
I used to watch it. I used to enjoy it, but back in the day. How many more people can they fight?
As many as they need to. I
could be watching that. I could be watching Pokemon, and I couldn't tell you what the difference was.
Yeah.
Don't say that, Turner. Jesus Christ.
I do know that the animator of Dragon Ball did recently pass away. Because his name, I should have picked the fucking one.
Akira Toriyama.
That's it, Toriyama. He's the Dragon Quest
the
designer
games.
for the Dragon Quest games. And it was as soon as I loaded it up, straight away, you see the design of the characters. I was like, has to be.
Okay, so I've had me fill talking about Dragon Ball for this week. We'll do a couple of quick reviews. I've seen a couple of bits this week, but I'll talk about Invincible episode 5 and 6, which felt like a big, massive waste of my time, to be honest.
I'm done with Invincible. I've washed my hands of it. I've had enough.
Have you seen 5 and 6?
Yeah, 5 was boring and 6 was boring. I'm done with it. It's
correct. They were both like. 5 was worse.
Yeah, 5 was shocking. Yeah,
5 was dire.
Yeah,
like, it was just an absolute waste of an episode. I couldn't give a fuck.
Yeah.
I couldn't give a fuck about a character that I haven't seen in like 2 seasons now. It was shit. Just what's the point? What was the point? And then 6 was, I can't remember what happened in 6 now. It was the fucking the shock guy. I can't remember his name.
Yeah, what's his name? Aaron Paul. He was the voice.
Yeah.
His name Pile Driver.
But that was crap. That was just complete filler. No real progression of story. It was just more, let's make Mark feel like dog shit for everything that happened in Chicago.
It was like the character was decent, like his motivations and everything, and the arc of him, like sort of becoming what he hated and all that sort of stuff. But do it over the course of a few episodes. Because
just don't. You
put it in one. Lacking in, don't cram it all into one thing. Like spread it out a little bit, because the other episodes start to feel really rubbish and filled out, and then you get an interesting character. And
it's done.
They stuck his whole character into one single episode, and it's almost like too much, Like sort of, the show seems to have a real problem with pacing. It feels like a show that's written by 10 different people, and none of them are talking to each other.
I was going to say very, very similar. So I was going to say, like, all the shit that they've said that they've played out in the first few episodes, where they've been building the relationship between Mark and Adam Eve. They could have done that, spent less time with those, and in the background put the little snippets from episode 6 in those segments.
Yeah,
start building that guy up in the background. It would have been much more interesting.
Yeah, absolutely,
much more interesting. And cut out altogether all the bits with. I can't remember her name, Mark's mother. Like, I couldn't give a shit.
Oh, yeah.
Why am I watching her go on a date? Like, I don't give a fuck.
Why? Because she's going to go back to Only Man, isn't she?
Yeah, but I mean, Jesus Christ.
No. It needs to pick a lane. Like, my issue is they keep showing cool shit with Omni Man and Alan, like the Viltrumite War.
Yeah, in space, and then leaving it.
And then it goes back to Earth, and you're watching Rex Blood cook eggs for his fucking girlfriend. Yeah. Like, pick a lane. Either do teenage superhero, real life Spider-Man
drama
struggles, or do Space War. Like, there's too much of a massive gap between space war and teenage drama. When you see cool shit like Nolan busting heads, and then you go back to Rex Blood cooking his girlfriend a meal, it's too big a gap.
It's fucked.
The whiplash is enormous. Yeah.
Yeah, 2 episodes left. I haven't got much hope for episode 7 because everybody knows it's going to be Angstrom Levy's back, isn't he? And he's fetching back all the
Invincibles. Yeah.
The Invincibles back with him. And the final episode's going to be whatever it is. But fuck, I don't know.
Yeah, them last 2 episodes probably pissed me off. I'm watching the ends of it. I'm sick of it.
Episodes 5 and 6 are a solid fucking 5 and 6 rating for the episodes.
Yeah.
That's as high as they get. That's as high as they get. But that's it. I don't want to say much more because it's just pissing me off. Like I thought it was going to be a really strong season, and it's not. It's just crap. Becoming painful. And I will say this actually before I go away from it as well. At the start of episode 6, there was a flashback sequence to when Nolan and Mark were fighting and destroying all of Chicago. And you can clearly see the difference in the animation quality.
It's so different, yeah.
When they're in the same fucking episode. And I thought,
side by side,
hell,
yeah.
It's never been that clear to me before.
Yeah.
There's been a massive drop-off.
If you go back and watch, the episode where the aliens come from that different place where time moves different, and then Nolan flies into the portal with them, and he destroys their planet. Like, the animation's night and day. It's just, like his hair moves and stuff like that. It's completely different. You've fully cheaped out on animation. And it's one of them things, like, it's that balance. Yeah, like, have a shit story, but at least make it look good. Or make the animation shit, but, like, pour the money into some good writing and stuff like that and editing. But it's not, it's everything's cheap. Like, the writing seems really half-assed and sort of disconnected and all over the place. And then the animation's like flash. It's like, where's the money going? Well, it's going to, like, pay freaking Aaron Paul to play, like, a
to come in and do an episode.
Character. Yeah. He'll have got an absolute fortune for that, which, I mean, get paid. But, don't cheap out on the animation on your entire show to hire celebrities to do voices.
Yeah, particularly when there's, like, and again, we spoke about this before, there's a wealth of voice actors out there that could do a great job.
Yeah, but what happened to, like, voice actors? Why is everything celebrities now? Why is fucking Chris Pratt playing Mario? Like, what? I hate this shit. I honestly hate it. Remember how good Disney films used to be when the characters were done by just no-name voice actors? I mean, there were names in the voice acting scene, but now it's just celebs. It's celebs doing, and you can tell you don't give a shit.
Yeah, you need a Peter Cullen or someone in there, don't you?
Yeah, like a proper voice actor. Yeah.
Peter Cullen is the voice of Bambi or something. I don't know.
Yeah, like I mean, all the like the guy. Well, I forget his name. Who did all the Hanna-Barbera. He did all. Scooby-Doo and Transformers, and like, I'm forgetting his name. He did Skeletor, Megatron, Fred.
Yeah, it's not because you got Peter Cullen was Optimus.
He was Prime. Yeah.
Megatron was
Predators. He did the Predator noise as well. I never knew that until recently.
Frank Welker.
Yeah,
he was in Scooby-Doo.
Yeah, bring back voice actors. Yeah, fuck celebrities.
Yeah. But it's the same as is it Frank Oz and stuff like that,
Yeah.
Is another one. It's just, the thing is, isn't it? It's that name, isn't it? You need the name to go to no one's gonna go watch a Mario movie without a name attached to it. And weirdly,
I think they probably are. Mario's a pretty big name.
It is, but I think they did that Sonic thing, didn't they? They went, hang on, they've got Chris Pratt to voice Mario. You almost want to see it to see how bad that is. He going to do some dodgy Italian accent?
Yeah.
But it's the name that they're dropping in to do it with everything. It's kind of, was it Beyonce was in The Lion King?
I mean, they do it.
Something like that.
The issue is not so much that they do it. The issue is the fact that they don't need to do it.
No.
Like, what? Nobody said, like, let's go and see the Lion King movie. Beyonce's doing one of the voices. And nobody said, let's go and see Mario because Chris Pratt is playing Mario's voice. Like, nobody says that.
Kids, they want to go see Mario.
Like, kids weren't going like, Mario film, whatever. Oh, Chris Pratt does the voice. Holy shit. Please, man, take me to say it. It's like, it's the same issue. It's the exact same issue I have with superheroes don't wear helmets now. Or masks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because it's all about celebrity and all about FaceTime, and it's fucking upside down. Yeah. And I hate it about voice actors. I hate how, because they're inevitably rubbish, because voice acting is as much an art as acting, you know? It's, and you don't know how to do it. A lot of them.
Yeah. Yeah. Speaking of voice acting, though, I've decided on my my autograph collection for this year. Is it Tyler Hoechlin?
It sounds
Hoechlin, Superman. Tyler Hoechlin, Superman.
Tyler Hoechlin, sorry, is in Birmingham Comic Con. So I'm going to send off the Final Fantasy remake box down to get that signed off. But he does the voice of Sephiroth.
Why don't you just go down? Go down. It's only down the road.
We need to go to a proper big Comic Con, like one of the big ones. We'll have to go to one at some point for a session.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, I've got a 1-year-old, I've got a 1-year-old in a collapsing new house, which is dictating.
Nah, it'll be all right, man.
Dictating funds and time at this point. You know, it's going to be like, my free time begins at 10:30, 11 o'clock at night. And
not yet, but at some point one day.
Oh yeah, But
so we'll get it in.
Because it's one of them things that I keep saying I'm going to have to go to that. You know, like a big one. I'd just like to see a big one. Like I just think it'd be really cool to go to.
Yeah, London was class. Like London is brilliant.
Yeah.
Huge.
I mean, that one we went to Newcastle was good a few years ago.
Yeah, Newcastle one's good as well.
Yeah, it was pretty good. I missed out on that one this year because they had the two voice actors from Red Dead Redemption there. Red Dead. Would have been cool to get them signed. To sign off on the game I've got. But again, you look at voice actors and stuff like that, and Nolan North and you know,
he does everything, doesn't he? Everything.
Him and Troy Baker. You know, look at the job that Troy's done on the new Indiana Jones game. He's got Harrison Ford down to it.
Yeah, I've heard it's really good, that game.
Yeah, PlayStation release later in back end of spring, I think it is. But God, I mean, even here, I mean, he had his little cameo in the first season of Last of Us. He plays Joel in that. But yeah, again, like so that you talk about voice actors, and they're the big ones at the minute, and they don't need a Chris Pratt, you don't need a Beyonce, you don't need.
No, you just need a good voice actor.
Underrated.
You need a proper voice actor. Great voice actor.
Well, on that note, if you're listening, UK Comic Cons, give us a shout. We'll come, we'll attend, we'll do a review. We're happy to come in, talk to the panelists and interview them and speak to your guests and whoever. Yeah, follow the links, like and follow while you're there, like everybody else, please. Jingle in the background. Okay, so the next review I've got, one of the other things I watched this week is, I'm still waiting for you to pull your finger out and watch it, Lawson, but I watched Avatar: The Way of Water. I'll not do a full review yet because I'll wait until you've seen it as well. But
I will watch it. I will watch it this week, I promise.
I'll leave you with a little tease that my rating for it is a 9.
9? That's going to be a lot of this, isn't it?
It's full of shit to me.
Jesus, based on what?
Good. I'm not telling you. I'll wait till you've watched it. I don't want to spoil anything, but it's a 9. I didn't go into it expecting it to be a 9. I went into it expecting it to be a solid 6, 7. 9.
The first, what did you make? What did you make the first one?
7.
7. Yeah. I probably said 6 or something.
Was that the sequel to the original one, the Avatar?
Yeah, James
Cameron's. The only time I watched the first one, I think we were all much younger, but we were on the piss down in Harrogate. And I remember just being drunk and just having it on the TV and just watching it then. Is it still the highest grossing film of all time?
It is, yeah.
Is it? I thought one of the Marvel movies pulled a...
it did. It knocked it off, but then it had a re-release and got back to the top again.
Yeah. Sad bastards.
Yeah, but no, I'll wait. I'll not talk about it. I won't spoil anything. I won't say anything about
I'll watch it this week.
But it's a 9. Yeah, but it's a 9. A 9. Yeah. And that's my reviews. Did you want to talk about your sketchy horror film that you watched, Jenna?
Yeah, let's see what was it, Brad.
fucking hell, Bo's Afraid was the film that we watched this weekend. Like, you need fucking the layers of Ari Aster. You know, you watch stuff like Hereditary or Midsummer. You know, you get the hidden meanings in it. You
You
get
watch
that,
stuff like Hereditary and
yeah.
Midsummer.
Well,
Fuck
yeah,
that.
you don't.
I didn't like Midsummer. I loved Hereditary, but I wasn't a fan of Midsummer.
I like Midsummer. It's again, it's got that point where there's always a point in both of them. I think where you know it's a bit of shock value in there, and it's no, I saw both those films at the cinema, and you had the cinema girl who was like taking it full on seriously, and then you got the standard kind of casual goer who's like, "What the fuck is this?" You know, and I think of the part in who Hereditary at the end where the kind of float up to the treehouse and
Yeah, the body
there's
lifts up. Yeah,
bodies up there and all the naked old people are there and there's just people like howling in the cinema. So you got
yeah.
half the cinema howling, half the cinema telling you to have to shut up. Um, you know, and like I say, you get all of the meanings that he's putting in there that that relates to depression, that relates to anxiety. This is a reference to that. You know, all these metaphors and stuff. Now, Bo's Afraid, again, it's his new one, and it obviously has a lot of focus on. It's advertised as a, horror comedy. I'm glad I didn't see it in the cinema because there would have been not for the fact that I would have been annoyed when I left because it's a 3 hour long film, and I was
What?
left 2 hours and 59 minutes, and I was left fucking baffled by the end of it. Not a clue what and it got to 1 hour 45 and we looked at each other and thought, oh, we just got to see it through. We spent 2 hours doing it. Let's just get to it. And like I said, I loved Hereditary, I loved Midsummer, but the level of depth of the metaphors and you need fucking Freudian level of knowledge, and there's a lot smarter people out there than me that can decipher all the meanings. The woman comes in, gives them a really random note in one scene, and what I don't want to be doing is after the film is ending, is having to Google the meanings of things like this. I don't have to find out what the fuck did that mean. What was that in relation to? Which is basically what I do after the film is find out what the fuck just happened. And
What's
it's
it called? Boys
it's
Afraid.
Bo is Afraid. It's Joaquin Phoenix,
Boys
and what?
Afraid.
Don't get me wrong, Joaquin Phoenix is phenomenal in it. It's got a fantastic cast. Everyone's wonderful in it. It's just what the shit is going on, and there's a quite a sudden drop off towards the end of the film, and there's a monster in it at one point, and that's when is the moment. I probably if you don't plan on watching it, Google Bo's Afraid and Attic Monster, right? Just do a Google of
I'll
that,
Google it now because
right? Because
Yeah, I want to look at this.
it is honestly
I've got no interest in watching it.
it is the moment where I was so glad I did not see it in the cinema because I imagine it would have been hell on, and people would have absolutely just gone, "I'm out."
I've not seen a picture or seen a description straight away. Yeah. Oh, I've actually seen that. I've actually seen that image like floating around the internet, but I didn't know it was
Honestly,
from that film.
yeah.
I didn't know that was what it was from.
But that happened, and I was like, "Okay, I'm out." That's the moment. I think everyone must have a moment in an Ari Aster film where they go, "And I'm out."
That's
Whether it's
practical effect as well.
yeah,
That's cool.
yeah, it was, yeah.
Oh my
Yeah,
god.
it's like a
You know,
real. Yeah,
it reminds me
brilliant.
like in Midsummer, there's a part where like the mother is like pushing the guy's butt as he's trying to shag a daughter,
Yeah,
and Hereditary, like I say, the floating body of George
Spoilers.
Treehouse. There's there's always a moment where everyone's like, and I'm out, and I think that was the point in the film. I was like, I'm done. I just need to get to the end of this now. Like, and you know what? It still got fucking weirder. That wasn't the weirdest part of it. Right, it gets weirder. It just got weirder.
That's
So
yeah,
not for me. That
no,
I'll not be taken.
no, but it was I got it out of the way. It's one off the list.
Rating out of 10.
That's fucking For the performances of Joaquin Phoenix, he's incredibly watchable in it. And like I say, it's classed as like a tragic comedy. I don't even know what you would class the film as, so I'd give it a 5 out of 10 because it'd be unfair to drop it down anymore because it is a very good performance, and there's aspects of it look great. It's just the story is that deep in metaphor and in bullshit that it's not what I want from a horror film, and I don't mind a cheeky little. Oh, if you really look at the film, it's about this and the other. I don't mind that, but this was so deep. It goes on about the relationship between his son and his mother, um, and the damaging effects of that type of relationship. It's I'll go 4 or 5.
Okay. Right, should we move on? Or have you got anything that you want to review over Lawson before we move on?
I've been trying to watch the TV show all week, and I've got about half an episode each, so I keep falling asleep.
Sounds good.
Yeah,
Sounds promising.
it's decent. It's pretty good, but I'm too tired all the time. I can't make it through it.
Before, when you were chatting about the Invincible and stuff and the voice actors and stuff, did any of you caught the trailer for the new Devil May Cry?
No, I didn't know they were doing anything with it.
Oh, the series, the Netflix anime series.
The new Netflix anime looks brilliant. They got
the Castlevania guys doing it.
Castlevania guys.
Yeah, you would be.
Was it the track over the top was it Rolling by Limp Bizkit?
What's killed that? I love Limp Bizkit.
Yeah, I was like, I'm in, I'm done, I'm sold. You had me.
Yeah, well, you're a big Devil May Cry boy anyway, aren't you? So
I am, yeah.
See, I never got away with the games. I didn't hate them. I just didn't just didn't do much for me.
I love them. I love it was the coolest. I think when they came out, it was the coolest thing I'd ever played.
I remember playing the first one in your room when we lived in Newcastle.
Yeah.
The first one was still the best for me. The first one was brilliant.
Yeah, lashing the enemies up into the air with your sword while keeping them in the air with ebony and ivory. You know what I mean? It's so cool. But the Netflix show is looking great. The trailer looks great.
I'm watching it now. This does look really good.
Yeah.
I mean, if it's anything like Castlevania was fantastic.
Oh, Castlevania was brilliant. Yeah, I love that show.
Absolutely. Yeah, I do want to watch that.
The action sequences at the end of the Castlevania series were some of the best choreographed action sequences I've ever seen in anything. When I think might be the second season at the end when they burst into Dracula's castle, and there's the three of them. There's the wizard, the lead, and I forget the name of the. Is it Dracula's son?
Oh, Alucard.
Alucard, yeah.
It's Dracula backwards, man.
Yes, I know. Fuck off. And they're going in, and obviously they've each got their own individual fighting styles, and they're just ripping through everybody in the castle, and it looks amazing.
Yeah, it was a great. It was a great fight scene, that.
Okay, but we'll move on. We'll go on to remember to like and follow people. Please subscribe, follow, like, all that other shit that people do. It helps us. It's a good thing. Please, thank you. So we'll do under and over. We do a little segment each week where we talk about a movie that we think's underrated and a movie that we think's overrated. I'll go first this week because I've got an overrated movie that I think will trigger you, Turner, and be funny. My overrated movie this week is Blade Runner.
Oh, Pinal Men's why are you there?
No,
you're fired.
Blade Runner.
You said that on purpose, I think. I don't think you even believe that. I think you're just trying to light it up.
You saved it for me, didn't you? Look, mate, it's not my fault. You're stupid. Do you know what I mean? Like, fuck off.
No, Blade Runner is. I mean, it's completely mid. Like, it's not necessarily bad, but it's not good by any.
You know what? It's a top film. It's higher quality film as you get. The problem is it's been damaged by. It's the equivalent of like, look at James Blunt's career, right? James Blunt released a song, right? And
that's exactly what I want to hear. A movie's the equivalent of James Blunt,
right? And he released that song, and it got played to death to the point where everyone hated him. and it's the same thing with Blade Runner. It's quality film that it's almost like the fight about it being overrated and underrated over the years has done more damage to it than anything. It's take out all the noise in the background, and it's one that's been damaged again by the different. Ridley Scott hasn't helped it. It's different versions
I was waiting
of
to
it.
say that all the different versions of it are terrible.
It's like,
and I don't know which version it is, but the one where at the end it gives like a little narration over the end, and it's clearly Harrison Ford, like just reading a few lines that he's done like over the phone, and it's like, let's just get this shit over with, like it's so lazy and low energy. After that awesome scene on the rooftop, it's mad, and it's terrible cuts. Too many of them, constant cuts.
With the Harrison Ford voiceover, it's obviously a massively notorious voiceover because he hated the idea of it.
Yeah,
didn't want to do it.
Yeah.
So he outright went and made it as awful as he could.
Hard, yeah.
He hated the idea of it. He didn't want to do it. So he went, right, you want a voiceover? I'll give you a voiceover.
Yeah.
And but you watch it. The Rutger Hauer, Daryl Hannah, are absolutely fucking on point. Rutger Hauer is unbelievable in that film.
Oh, it's a great cast. Yeah.
I'll give you that. I'll give it like the performances are great.
Yeah, I can see why, but it's a film. It's outstanding film. And you talk about underrated films. The sequel, with Gosling, unbelievable. Watching that in the cinema.
I prefer this.
Yeah, I didn't mind.
I prefer the sequel to the original.
Watching that in the cinema was one of the best experiences I've had. With the David Villeneuve direction, the score rattled through me in the cinema.
Yeah, he does good escapes and scores, doesn't he? Like
beautiful film.
But
Dune,
yeah.
But you are wrong on that one.
You are wrong.
I'm definitely not. I'm not. It's completely mid.
How do you think it's overrated? Then that's like what particularly makes you think it's overrated?
It just doesn't really excite me. Like it just.
Oh well, in that case, then now that's about it.
Yeah.
Does it? So
doesn't. Like I agree with what you're saying. I agree with what you're saying about the performances. Like particularly Rutger Hauer. Rutger Hauer's performance is great. I feel like it's his greatest performance.
He's still alive.
Yeah, I didn't know what I mean.
Did he die?
Yeah, Rutger Hauer's dead.
Did he?
Yeah.
Is he? He still going?
No, he died.
When did he pass away?
Yeah, 2 years ago now.
Oh, mate, 2019, Christ. Yeah, I didn't. So I must have completely forgot about that.
Yeah, but no, it does. Does
it look good?
It looks all right.
It looks all right.
It's not. It is a good.
It looks all right.
It's a very well directed film. Like, it pretty much invented cyberpunk, I think.
The technology designs and the bits like that are great.
I don't think we've ever managed to capture it since either. Right. Like I think the next Blade Runner, the word was called 2042 or whatever.
Yeah.
I think that was a bit too clean.
Yes. It's dirty. I mean, if you look at it, it's dirty, isn't it? Blade Runner is dirty.
Blade Runner 1 is the future we're going to get. Yeah. Like technology everywhere, but cheap technology.
Yeah. He was all inspired. He was inspired by growing up in your neck of the woods, wasn't he, Lawson? He was inspired by the Teesside. Chimneys and all.
Yeah, because he's from Lee Scott's from Middlesbrough, something.
And because I'm sure even the Millennium, I think one of the factoids is the Millennium Falcon is one of the buildings in the set turned on its end.
Yeah, it doesn't make a film any better, but okay.
Apart from that, the great sets, the great acting, and
Yeah. Oh, the art direction of the first one's great. Yeah, the pyramid thing with the that looks awesome. That's a great shot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It doesn't excite men, so it's a work so much it doesn't excite men.
I don't think I've got any desire to go back and watch it again. I could go back and watch 2049 again, but I don't.
Yeah, 2049 was good.
Unless I was showing somebody.
I was going to anyway.
Yeah.
All right. Becky knows she isn't winning with a chance if he's watching Blade Runner before he comes to bed.
Nah, not even a little bit. Don't have fast forward straight to sleep. Be lucky if I make it through the film. I'll probably fall asleep through the film.
On a slightly similar note as well, I thought that Ghost in the Shell with Scarlett Johansson, I thought that was really good. I know it got shot on hard by all the anime fans.
It did, yeah.
But I thought it was really good.
I didn't mind it because I didn't really know the story, so I didn't. I went in. I was like, "This is alright."
Yeah,
I would say, I would say it was good. I mean, right, okay. Blade Runner original is 7 out of 10. 2049, 8. Ghost in the Shell, also 8.
Well, I mean, they're apples. They're very different. It's like that similar cyberpunk kind of world.
Yeah, yeah, but I did enjoy that.
It got a lot of grief as well when it came out. And I just thought I watched it recently, a bit removed from all the bullshit, and I thought it's actually quite a good film.
Yeah, the action's solid in it. The action looks great.
Looks good as well, yeah.
So that's your overrated one. What's your
That's
underrated?
me over. Me underrated is a one. I don't know how underrated it is, but I think it is to me. I think it might be just because of age that it doesn't really get talked about that much now. Is The Mummy, the Brendan Fraser Mummy from the mid-90s.
Great film, that.
Great, yeah, definitely of its generation. I think of our generation.
Yeah, definitely. And people talk about Brendan Fraser having a resurgence and his career is coming back and he's doing well in movies and he's acting really well. Like, if you go back and watch that movie, it's great. Like, it's so much
rock
fun.
solid, the Mummy. Yeah, it still gets a lot of love online. A lot of people really like it. Yeah,
yeah, good.
And it is
good.
It is a great film. Yeah, great.
Yeah. Watched him in The Whale the other week.
Oh yeah.
Fucking that's depressing as fuck.
Yeah, it's a miserable film.
Yeah,
that.
it is.
It's good.
Yeah,
It's good, but it's one of them not watching again kind of films.
Yeah,
Yeah.
It was another. I'm gonna have to Google this shit.
If you haven't seen The Mummy, go back, watch The Mummy because it is great fun. It's a proper adventure movie, start to finish. Very entertaining, very fun, very light-hearted. I think you'll probably get away with calling it a Sunday afternoon movie now.
Oh, Mummy, Mummy one definitely. Yeah, it's a bit scary, but it's the kind of scary that kids like.
Yeah,
I think kids like scary films.
Yeah, definitely.
Like an element
and I
of
don't think
scariness.
there's anything in it. I bet I've not seen it in a long time, but I bet the CGI isn't so crisp that you would think, "Fuck me, that's terrifying." You'd be able to go, "All right, okay." Yeah.
The CGI, I don't know, embarrassed. Was it the second or the third one where they dropped Dwayne Johnson into it, or The Rock at the time?
It was the second one. It was the Scorpion.
I remember looking, even at the time, I remember looking.
That was a notoriously bad effect. It was legendary bad effect.
Yeah, very, very bad.
But no, The Mummy is. I mean, it's got a ride. It's still got a ride at Universal, which is excellent. Absolutely love the ride at Universal, the Mummy ride. But yeah, I mean, Brendan Fraser's great. I mean, have you ever watched him in? I bet you've seen it, Lawson. Airheads.
I've seen Airheads. Yeah.
Have you seen it?
It sounds familiar.
I think that might have been one of his first roles, wasn't it?
It will have been. It's Steve Buscemi and Adam Sandler, isn't it? I think they end up taking over a radio station.
I was going to say, was it like band, were they like a rock band or a radio station?
Yeah,
I think I might have. It sounds very familiar.
Sure, it's Ahead, and he's a very good actor. He's very good. Even you watch him in that episode,
California Man as well.
Yeah, that episode of Scrubs.
The brother.
Nate had me balling. Mummy, grateful.
Yeah, but that's my over and under. Not so much an underrated this week, more of a kind of forgotten gem, so to speak.
Yeah.
Get it pulled out, give it a watch if you haven't watched it. Great movie, very entertaining.
Did you find Willow?
No.
Get Willow watch with the kids, man.
No, it's on my list. I'll watch Willow after you've watched Avatar because Willow sounds
I'll watch
shit.
Avatar this week.
Because Willow sounds shit. Have you seen Willow, Turner?
Willow.
Warwick Davis. Is it because it's shit that you've never seen it again?
Actually,
yes is the answer to that question.
You've not even seen it and you said shit talking it.
What's as far as this overrated?
Neither. It's the one that Lawson was talking about.
I think I said it was underrated.
Underrated a couple of weeks back, yeah.
And I said to you to watch it with the kids. Definitely read because I think Reed will like it. Willow's great. It's like a proper. It's like the Mummy. It's like a proper,
Is it a Jim Henson type thing as well?
Am
I getting that mixed up with Dark Crystal?
you might get, I don't think it was Jim Henson. Might be ILM, because I think George Lucas was a producer, maybe.
Yes.
Um,
Yes, yeah, I think you are right. I think you're right. He is Warwick Davis and
Val Kilmer, yeah, plays my
Val
partner.
Kilmer, yeah.
Yeah, you know the one.
Trying to who directed it now. Ron Howard. That was it. I knew it was someone famous.
Mm?
Yeah, directed by Ron Howard, and George Lucas wrote it.
It must have been one of his early ones, Ron Howard, so.
It was 88.
No, it's late, so.
Not too early, but yeah.
Yeah.
I'll watch it. I will give it a go. I've got a list to watch. I'll watch it with the kids.
It's fine. Like I think Willow's yeah, it's one of them, isn't it? It's one of them. If you're into the labyrinth and
Yeah, it's a bit like that. I think Terrence will have to watch it as well because remember how brilliant it was.
I'm gonna have to have a recap on it. I think.
Excellent score as well. The theme tune is brilliant.
You said this before.
Yeah.
Again, nice to see Warwick Davis pick up an award at the BAFTAs, wasn't it? The lifetime, I guess.
Yeah.
I guess it's kind of like not a lifetime achievement award, but like an honorary.
Like a contribution to the arts, kind of
contribution to film. Yeah,
he's been in everything,
Oh, when it actually, it's quite significant when it started going through the list of roles.
Oh, he's been in everything.
I was like, but not just that. I mean, God, he was about 3 different characters in Harry Potter, several different ones in Star Wars.
He's been the only person who's been in every Star Wars film or something like that.
Yes,
he's been in every Star Wars, I think, something like that.
Absolutely mad.
Yeah, but very impressive catalogue of films he's got behind him.
All right, then which one is wants to do the next batch of Under and Over?
Yeah.
Do you want to go, Turner? Go on.
Yeah, so I made a mini list. I'll settle on one.
Yeah,
I'll
just
go
one
for
of each.
my underrated. I had, like I said, I brought it down to a few, and I'll tell you my final choice at the end. But I went for stuff like The Hateful Eight, Memento, 12 Monkeys, Event Horizon, Burbs, obviously Drive. Is a massively underrated film. But I've settled on Big Hero 6.
Ah, great movie. I love that movie.
I think it's absolutely an absolutely phenomenal film. And I think it was overshadowed at the time by Tangled and Frozen coming out. And it kind of came and disappeared. It had
were churning them off for a while, weren't they?
Yeah, it's got a fantastic score to it. Is it Fall Out Boy? Not Fall Out Boy.
Yeah.
Is it Fall Out Boy?
Yeah, I think it's Fall Out Boy.
Yeah. And I just think it's a massively underrated film. That alongside, there was a close call between the two. That and Zootropolis or Zootopia, whichever one you want to call it.
Yeah, again, another great.
I think it's Zootropolis in the States and Zootopia over here. Both fantastic films that were completely overshadowed, even though I think they were actually better than maybe Tangled and to a point Frozen.
Yeah, Big Hero 6 is great. Great fun. Yeah. I mean, it's right up my aisle. It's a Marvel movie at the end of the day. It's touching as well. It's got the pulls on the heartstrings. It's got the humor in there. It's got the action. Yeah. It's got everything that you want.
It does get the heartstrings going, and again, it's got a great support, and it just looked fantastic. Looked great.
What would you rate it out of 10?
Out of 10 for me, Big Heroes. It's an 8. It's one of my favorite Disney. It's a solid 8 for me.
What about your overrated movie? What have you got for that?
Overrated. There's a nice one for Lawson here. The Wicker Man.
Shit.
Fucking terrible.
Thank you.
It's not rated far enough.
Thank you. I've said this a couple of weeks ago. It's boring as fuck.
I had The Wicker Man, Silence of the Lambs. I think Silence of the Lambs.
Criminal.
If you take out the whole Anthony Hopkins in the prison cell scene, I think you've got a very mid film.
No, it's good. He's only in the fucking film 10 minutes.
Yeah, he's alright at much.
Exactly. In fact, he's in the film for 10 minutes, and I think he had something like 13 lines of dialogue or something stupid like that. And what does everyone remember about Silence of the Lambs?
Liver and a nice yappy. Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Yeah, that's what they remember. And that's a bad film. if that's, it's, who gives a shit about the rest of it? Yeah, you've got 2001: A Space Odyssey, Taxi Driver, Starship Troopers. I think Starship Troopers is fucking horrendous.
Starship Troopers is absolute dog shit. It's not.
I remember watching it, and it was kind of, he was trying to recreate the magic of RoboCop, Paul Verhoeven, and it missed on every mark.
It missed every mark. It was shit.
I don't know. I read the book, and it matches the book well.
Well, the book shit as well.
I'm sure the book.
Again, overrated. Elf. Elf is a fucking.
Elf's brilliant.
Elf. I've never to this day I have never seen Elf.
Oh, get Elf on Netflix. It's so funny.
Yeah, it's
brilliant.
And one of my most hated ones, before I get to my final choice, is Grease. Is the most overrated piece of shit.
There's nothing wrong with Grease.
I don't love it, but it's alright, Phil.
Right. Yeah. Oh well.
It's more nostalgia, I think, than anything else. Because Love and Writing is probably rubbish.
Every time one of them songs comes on, I get a fucking twitch, and it's twitch of just dull as dishwater Sunday afternoons with this crap on the TV. And
it was on the telly a lot when we were kids, there's
nothing better to watch than fucking Grease and fucking some Grease fucking lightning bullshit. Anyway, fuck it. My overrated film is Paddington Bear. Who gives a shit?
Who gives a shit?
Right, fuck off, back to Peru. It's fun. Paddington Bear. Look at the Rotten Tomato score.
I bet it's seen it. I don't know anything about.
I bet it's high. I bet it's in the 90s.
You look at Paddington Bear on Rotten Tomatoes.
96%. Holy
96%.
It became. I'm sure it overjumped Citizen Kane to become technically the greatest film of all time. And you talk about overrated films. That's how.
7.3 out of IMDb. Not that means much these days. 96%. I know nothing about it. I've never seen it.
Best way it's shit.
It's. I mean, don't get me wrong. It's a wonderful family film.
Paddington 2's got 99%.
That's it. That's the one. That's the one that became the greatest film of all time. Paddington
Bear
2.
Yeah, but
come on, 7.8 on IMDb. Or big names in it as well.
Yeah. I mean, don't get me wrong. Very, very good films. Fun. Fun. These, but when you're talking about, is this the greatest film of all time? Paddington Bear 2? No, it's not. But yeah, it's fine. It's a lovely family film. Great. Will I watch it with the kid one day for sure. Yeah, that's it. That's all there is to it. It didn't get things twitching. It didn't blow my socks off.
Overrated.
So overrated.
Short and sweet. What about you, Lawson?
It is fun.
I don't have an overrated this week, aside from just the usual bullshit, which everybody always says.
Under.
It's related to recent news, actually, with Gene Hackman. The Quick and the Dead.
Oh, yeah, I remember that movie.
Cowboy film? Not cowboy, gunfighters.
Russell Crowe and
Russell Crowe plays the priest, and Sharon Stone's like the stranger who comes into town.
Yeah.
And it's about a gunfighting tournament. And Gene Hackman plays the judge who runs the town. Well, he calls him the judge.
Yeah.
And he's an emo bastard, and he runs the town. DiCaprio's his illegitimate son who wants to be a gunfighter. And Russell Crowe's the ex-gunfighting priest who swallowed never pick up a weapon again.
Yeah, that's completely just unlocked him. Unlocked a memory for me.
Good film. It's like a proper. It's a Sam Raimi film as well. So it's got all of Sam Raimi's montages in, these little touches. It's such a good film. Yeah. And seeing the whole Hackman thing, I was just thinking about these films, and I was thinking, oh God, Quick and the Dead is such a good film. And everybody asked, I've never seen that, never heard of it. Nobody.
I have. I mean, don't get me wrong. It was in the 90s when I've seen it, but it was a good film.
I remember Sharon Stone in a cowboy hat.
Yeah, that'll be it.
She's the main character.
Yeah,
95
I
it
remember
came
the
out.
poster.
Shit,
Yeah.
95. Yeah, Lance Henriksen, of course. Keith David, Corbin Bell. Yeah, lots of big names in it.
Yeah, Keith
Gary
David.
Sinise. There's like that. Yeah,
I'll give
great
that a
film.
go. Like it's
Yeah, I'll catch up with that. I'll check that one out.
It's just like a proper rock solid one and done kind of film. You know, the story's straightforward. There's no bullshit side plots. Not really. You know, there's a bit of flashback and stuff, but it doesn't. You know, it's just straightforward. It's like a proper fun adventure action film like they used to make and they don't make anymore.
Yeah.
No sequel bait, now like that. Some good action scenes as well, some good shooting and stuff, and yeah.
Who was it out of us that, for some reason, when you were describing that film, I just got an absolute memory of I can't remember which one of us. A few of us loved it, and there was one of us hated in particular, and it was Equilibrium.
Me, it's shit.
It's Equilibrium.
I hate it.
That's
I
fucking
hate
brilliant.
it. It's fucking
We
crap.
watched it, didn't we? Lost it at the cinema.
I remember it in
My
Newcastle. Yeah,
God,
after a
what a
party,
film!
we'd have a house party.
Yeah,
Yeah, and the next
What
morning
a-
we went to see Equilibrium. It was
what a
Pile
film
of
that
shit.
is.
meant to hate some of the
What
passion
I
we put
hate
over
it.
this.
Oh, I hate
Few
it.
times.
Honestly, I can't stand it. Like
It's so
you
good.
talk, you talk about a cool film. That film is a 2 out of 10 at best.
No.
Here.
Oh, bullshit.
And the only reason it gets a 2 is because I quite like how the film becomes more saturated the more emotion that's shown in it.
Yeah.
Everything else is dog shit.
Outstanding. Fucking.
It's brilliant.
It's not. It's a
so
load of
much
crap.
fun.
Fantastic film.
It's so ridiculous. It's
It's
so
a load of crap. It's a load of crap. If I had to see one more scene of him go, yeah, you can't shoot me because I'm dancing and I'm shooting you at the same time, I would just go and fucking throw something at the telly.
that bit at the end where they were trying to shoot each other off. Like, that's awesome. That brilliant. Yeah, they were like shooting each other side of each other's heads and they were flicking the guns. Oh man, it was brilliant.
Crap.
Absolute
Load of crap.
cinema.
It is dog shit.
It was just when you were describing that film there, listen, that popped into my head for some reason. I was like,
Yeah,
it is
the similar vibe in that it's just like a one-off action. It's like it's daft, you know. It's a Sam Raimi film, so like there's an element of daftness to it. It's a bit over the top and things like that. And, yeah, larger than life characters. But yeah, it's just a solid one and done film. Gene Hackman's great in this. He's having the time of his life.
I go back and watch The Quick and the Dead a million times over watching Equilibrium. I think I'd watch virtually any movie over watching Equilibrium again.
it's a classic men's take.
It's classic men's wrong take. Yeah,
classic men's.
Classic. It's shit. That's what it is. I don't know why. It really triggers me every time I think about it. It's just crap. Crap. I'd love to have a conversation with Christian Bale about it and say, do you regret making that movie? Because it's shit.
Very doesn't. I bet it was so much fun to make.
Oh, good for you.
But
looks like
that's our whack, I think, guys. We've done over and under. We've been through some news, a little bit of reviews. Please remember, everybody that's listening, to like and follow and subscribe, all that good stuff. Turner, it's been a pleasure having you.
Yeah, lovely. Thank you very much. I'm managed.
Yeah, feel free to jump in anytime you want. Obviously, we record weekly. We all speak every day anyway, so just let us know when you're free and jump in. Ideally, it would be good to get all of us in and get all of us actually around a table and get a full group episode recorded. It'd be quite fun. I'd take a load of shit the entire time, but
I mean, your opinions are pretty fucking whack.
They're not. They are not. They are not. They are not.
Questionable calls.
Questionable.
Yeah,
hey, I've been doing some ranking recently on my TikTok, with the ranking of movies, because everybody fucking loved me Spider-Man ranking. But me MCU rankings are not doing too bad. Not doing too bad. Yeah.
That'd be a decent one to go at. Try and rank some of them shower shits.
Yeah, I've done the first 3 phases. I'm up to the 4th now. Anyway, but I digress. If you want to check them out, they're over on TikTok. Remember to give us a like and a follow while you're there. Thanks for listening, everybody. Thanks for your time, and we'll catch you next time.
Take care.
Say bye, folks.
Bye, folks.
Bye.